And if you catch me on Xbox, I am JT for Real Dough, as you see below. Word. Be sure to catch me on there, and to follow me on Mixer, mixer.com/JT for Real Dough. This is a segment of the Justin TaylorTaylor show called Mixin' Up on Mixer, and where we answer lots of, basically we generally go further into questions that are, if you go online, I'll pop back a little bit. If you go online and you look around, people answer these questions all the time for new streamers, but essentially they answer them with really quick and simple answers, and I'd rather go a little bit more deeper into the simple answers that everyone always hears. Everyone always says, And we hear basically most streamers say. That's essentially what I mean. So anyway, the first topic, because there's like 2 or 3 main ones, but there's really, honestly, a lot of them. And like some people don't really... Oh, word up, homie. Some people, they have a lot of... They already know what they want to do. But some people are kind of just right at the beginning, and they really need the basics. And sometimes they'll go around, they'll look around, and if they're really into streaming, they really want to get deep into it, they'll go onto YouTube, they'll go onto Twitch, they'll go onto Mixer, they'll go to all these different places, and they'll go check out different people and the tips and hints and all that stuff. And a lot of times, people, they say the same stuff. And honestly, that's really, that's not really what you want. You don't really want... Oh, hey, Frantic, thank you for the host, my friend. Thank you for that host. That's funny. Look at the screen getting a little nuts, but we'll figure that out later. That's another thing. That's another quick little thing. If you have issues like that, you shouldn't be like me and just jump into it. You should have taken the time to fix that. It's apparently showing my alerts twice. But that's how we do here today. We're going to just fix it. As you can see over on the side, really quick, I'll just point it out just in case it goes away. We're not that far in the top of the directory. That's something we're going to show on the next either episode 2 or 3 of the Mixin' Up and Mixer episodes. We're probably going, because on our previous episode that we popped into and we talked just a few minutes about directories, but I'd like to go deeper into it, like spend a half an hour. But that'll be in the future. I just wanted to point that out because some people don't really know exactly how I'm right there. And honestly, that's not very impressive. That's like our slowest time. That's extremely slow, and that's kind of cool because generally, like I was saying earlier, we find ourselves into 10, 15 viewers very often. Sometimes 20, 25. Obviously, we've gone up way higher. We've gone 40, 50 plus, but that's only been on once or twice occasions. Our general is in the 10 and 20. Sometimes lower, sometimes higher. Point is, if you look at these numbers, like I said, I don't want to go too deep into this. Over 18 right here, we would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We would be in sixth out of everybody in all of Mixer playing Fortnite, and that's very impressive. So anyway, I'll explain that a little bit further and how to work that and how all that stuff happens. But anyway, just wanted to point out it's kind of funny that I just happen to be right there. Anyway, the topic currently is be yourself. Everybody always goes, "Hey man, be yourself, bro. It's no problem. Just be yourself." And you're like, "Oh, totally understand. Thank you, my friend. I'm out." And it's obviously not that obvious. So, what I'm trying to say is, being yourself, it's like, don't act. And what I mean by don't act is, 1 out of every maybe 10, 20, maybe 30 streamers, maybe acting, that's their thing. You know what I mean? Like, there's definitely people out there, and very popular people, as a lot of us know, that play a role, that aren't themselves. They kind of do a game. They do like they do a show. They do a personality. They do a skits, all kinds of skits, comedy, all kinds of things like that. And it's not exactly them, but that's okay because it is them, because acting and being a character is part of who they are themselves. So to them, that is being themselves. You know what I'm saying? That might not be true for you. If you're not either a character actor or really into that type of thing already, don't jump into it and think, okay, bam, I'm going to be the new, Doc or some sort of crazy thing on Twitch, or be that on Mixer. Something, that's silly. It's silly. Obviously, it doesn't mean don't try your own thing. And if you have that type of inspiration from things like that, that's excellent. Go for it. But it doesn't mean try to act like somebody else. Also, we already got Emma Stone, we got Ryan Gosling, we got Brad Pitt. We got actors. If we want to go see someone act, just like out a show, I'll hit the movies. I can flick on the TV any day. Anyone can. You have to remember, people are coming here to see you, and definitely aren't there to see a low-grade version of a show they could watch on TV. But they would love if, I want to pick someone who was goofy, right? Steve Buscemi. Let's pick someone fun. Steve Buscemi, they would love it if they were like, "Hey, Steve, what's up?" And middle of the show, he was like, "I'm doing pretty good, my dude. I'm awesome, soft kill. Much love, baby." you'd be like, yo, word, that's dope. Now, that's what's great about Mixer, because generally the people you're into and that you like to have entertain you and have a good time with, that's what happens. You get to say, hey, what's up? And they say, hey, what's back? And you get to play games with them. You get to interact with them. You get to chill with them off stream. Like Discord. I like to have Discord. I like to kick it with people afterwards. That stuff's a great bonus. That's a great thing. That always works really well. And then over time, over time, as long as you're staying true to yourself, like I said, to yourself, it's, I don't want to, I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying it that goofy way. I'm explaining it every time I say it. Because I'm going to say it a couple times and have a different point each time I say it. Like I said, one, it's don't put on a show unless that's truly who you are, and if you don't have experience about that, hey, what's up, Dr. Dre? What's up, homie? But if you don't have experience like that, you're gonna excuse me. Like for me, I'm going to use myself for an example because why not? It makes much more sense. Hello. Hey, thanks, my friend. I am, my friend. That's actually why I set this apart from my show regularly, because I'm doing the web show currently, so this will be put on different content. That's a big part of it, which is great. That's why I also have the chat visible, because I want to show people. And it's kind of fun to be able to see visibly me on Mixer right here, so it really helps put my point across. And it shows that I like to have that there too. It's funny, I actually put that there just as I turned it on without any plan for it, and that also shows things. I'm just kind of doing what I would naturally do, and then bam, I kind of like that's there. That actually is almost a conversation piece. It also shows the relevancy of what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm not at the top, of course not, but I'm in the freaking top 10 right now with only 7 people rocking. That's pretty dope. And obviously, that's only because this is a couple minutes ago. That's Fortnite. I'm actually in the web show directory in a second. I don't know. It's funny that it's still showing me like this. If I look in the web show, it's going to flip over to there. I'm not actually in this right now, which is really funny because I've switched it to web show. I don't really know why it's still showing this here. It's kind of funny, actually. We'll have to figure it out. But anyway, even that. See the people right here? These people currently available right now. Bam, get to 500. There's a lot of things like that. And I'm not bragging or anything, but, we've cleared 1,000 very quickly. And that's hello. Stream Mixer. That's funny. But anyway, I don't want to digress and get too off subject. My background, I'm a LARPer. I've LARPed for many, many years. I've created my own game, a game that was actually very popular, that lasted years, that had like hundreds of people play it. I'm currently working on a couple different games myself, some that are on stream. One really minor, quick little goofy one is already currently active on stream, but it's very minor. Another one's a little bit more advanced. I'm going to be using the interactive buttons and some of the... I don't want to give out honestly, because this is going to be going on other... Hey, not too much, please. Please, guys, don't spam the chat too much with... Please, no more @ForRealDose, please, for the rest of the thing. DJ Trouble, please. No more sending on that. I forgot to put that off for the thing. It's just because it's going to keep saying hello. I know you didn't mean it, obviously. I just want to remind you, because you guys don't realize if you keep doing the it's not actually helping me. So, but thank you. That's something actually, and that's great, because this is actually helping me understand. No, don't worry about it. It's not your fault. This will help me understand for the future. Not during this moment. I will definitely do this spin afterwards, and that's what's kind of fun, because that's something I'll show later. Doing a show in the future, I'm going to be showing some of the cool innovations you can do. And right now, I'm doing the web show. This is Mixin' Up on Mixer. I'm explaining currently the topic of be yourself. For anyone who just showed up at the chat, I wanted to quickly say that again, because I know some people don't realize that. But anyway, I have a background on LARPing, so I use that in my chat. I create items. They, like I said, I don't want to give out too much because this is going to go out, and of course, as usual, my ideas always get stolen. And it's funny. That's actually, I'm glad I said that, because that brings me right to the next topic. Exactly the next topic. Don't steal. There's a fine line between inspiration and fraud. So you can basically see things and go, ooh, and be inspired. I know that's happened to me before. I see things in all kinds of different areas, not just off Mixer, but in every aspect of everything, from video games to D&D to magic cards to everything. Cool ideas pop in your mind, all these neat things. And you draw inspiration from it. But straight jacking from it is insane. You know what I mean? That's just madness. You don't want to, you know what I mean? You need to still create it yourself. Because when you grow yourself, your channel grows. And if you're just jacking things, you're definitely not going to be, that it's not your own. And that brings it back to what we're saying. You gotta be yourself. If you're taking other people's things, you're not being yourself. And like I said, that's why there's so much to that simple that simple advice, oh, be yourself, that other streamers and other people that give tips and stuff like that will say, and they'll leave it at that. They kind of end it there and go, now go to it, sir. Turn on your OBS and bang it out. And you're like, oh, I got this. And and in the end, they don't really have the information they need. And I'm not saying I have all of the information, but I want to give as much as I can. And I think recently we cleared 1,000 pretty quickly, and that was like a little bit, basically under 2 months. It was a little bit exactly around then, but I didn't really get serious till after that period of time. I kind of just fooled around a little bit, popped on now and again. I didn't actually have a straight schedule. It's really almost less than that 2 months time. And honestly, that's pretty darn quick, because if you ask those numbers on like Twitch or whatever, that's not a big deal, because you're looking at like, oh, I met 2 million people, and 1,000 of them liked me. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I mean, not really, because it's not that hard. Here, it's like, hey, I met 1,000 people, and 500 liked me. It's like, whoa, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I got really lucky. Like, I had that number before I even had 10,000 views. So that means out of the percentage of people have stayed and come to chill. And like I said, I'm not bragging. I'm just showing my relevancy of what I'm saying, because I know some people are like, dude, you're too new. I don't care what you have to say. Your advice is irrelevant. And I'm just saying, hey, at least I do have analytics to prove that I have some relevancy in what I'm saying, as a new streamer that also knows what he's talking about. Because I know some of my advice and some of the things I say don't actually mesh with some of the more established guys. And I'm not saying, oh, I'm right in any way. I'm not saying I'm wrong. What I'm saying is there's often two answers to the question. There's so many times, I don't want to digress out of this main topic too far, but one thing that a lot of people say is, this is huge, and it's funny, I really don't want to jump into this, but I'm going to, because it's one little thing that I don't necessarily agree with. A lot of people say is, they go, hey, when someone comes to your stream, you shouldn't really say anything to them and let them open the line of communication, because a lot of people don't have the spotlight put on them, and that's fine. And if that's the community that you want to foster and create, then hell yeah, that's great advice. Now, me and lots of other people, and I actually one of my mods, I'm not even going to say his name, whatever, it doesn't matter, he probably wouldn't mind it, and he'll probably even comment on this at one point, also really enjoys took my advice after taking other people's advice, and it didn't work for him, and then he went back to kind of my style, and he even told me, and I'm not bragging it again, but he told me I've been one of his main inspirations to streaming, and he's actually doing quite well as a person starting off. He's got quite a few hundred people in a very short period of time. It's really cool, you know what I mean? It's because he took my style. You know what I mean? He took my style of things. And like I said, I'm not bragging. I'm just saying that there's more ways than one to do it, is all I'm trying to say. I'm not saying my way's the way in any way. It isn't, because it actually isn't. My way will be wrong for you if you aren't either like me or like the people that like to go my style of streaming and of interaction. And like I say, I bring back to the walking in the room interactive part, because I don't want to go too far. Like I said, I want to stick to this one part, say what I mean, and that's it. When people walk in, I almost always go out of my way to say, hey, how's it going? Sometimes I make a quick little joke. Here, I'm going to do it right now. River Pizza, what's up, my dude? I'm getting hungry. Damn, I want that pizza. What up? And then, I want some pizza. Right? It's like a little joke. I say, what's up, River Pizza? And hey, I take the chance of him being like, or him or her being like, oh, darn, I didn't really want it to get the spotlight, and that's okay. They can then leave, and that's fine, because I don't see that's so funny. Missy, you do want pizza? Ah, you sweetheart. But you know what I mean? It's kind of like some people don't like that, and I understand that. But my whole thing is, I really enjoy and want to foster an active community and a bunch of homies that want to chill and talk and do their thing. So if someone doesn't really like that, that's fine. I kind of like the fact that they're like, okay, cool, I'm gonna roll out. But I've also had so many people tell me personally, and when I've brought this up before, they say, hey, you know what? I used to be like that, but when I came in, the way that you did it is you always kind of said, hey, you made a little joke, but then you left, I let it alone. I didn't keep saying, like, so, hey, what are you doing back there? Or anything. No, I said the hey thing, and I let it ride. River Pizza, word up, thanks, homie, thanks for saying it's okay. That's kind of what I mean. That's my style. And some people enjoy it, and so some people stay, and like I said, and to me, that fosters the type of community that I like, I enjoy, and that I really want. Thank you. Thank you so much for that follow. I'm sorry for that weird echoey double thing. I didn't fix it right before I did this, and I'm sorry for that. But thank you so much for that follow. But a lot of people don't interact at all, and they do stop interacting when they get big, and that's a bummer. And that's kind of the only thing. That's actually why I completely got rid of any way of like pre-subbing, like that game with sub. I didn't do any of that. I got rid of that immediately. I tried it for a couple days and thought, I don't want to do this. I'm going to wait because I'm not part of it yet, and I don't want to be. And I want to take it seriously, more and more seriously, and I have been, and it's cool, because you guys have watched me from day one. Remember how ghetto everything, not that this looks all that snazzy or anything, but remember how ghetto everything looked, you know what I mean? It looked so goofy at first, you know what I mean? There was all this, even my blue screen, I still do goofiness, I let things like this ride. You know what I mean? Like, I just do it, you know what I mean? That's how I roll. And, but, I know, if I eventually get a lot of people eventually, like, and I already have a lot, which is great, but so many to the point where it's difficult to catch the chat, I know I can always be like, okay, some of my homies that have been here for so long have already either hung out a certain amount of time and became mods, or maybe donated a little bit and became ballers, or like these little things that all kind of change their color or add little badges or all kinds of things like this. So in the future, it starts to become very, very easy to still recognize some of the old school homies while still being able to properly, say hi and chill with new homies. So it's, I really hope it continually. I want to keep building things where there's no chance that ever happens, because that sucks. That's not the type of community that I want to build by the end of things. Raw Wolf, what's up, homie? So anyway, back to what I was saying before it gets too long-winded. Thank you, my homie, for chilling with the crew. Yep, keep getting merits to interact with me, the show, and also acquire Justy items. Check the link on my mixer.com/JT4RealDough channel to look at the full catalog and spend some merits, my friends. Spend some merits. Because I have merits in my chat. They do all kinds of things. You got all kinds of things. They do stuff. I'm going to explain that on a different show. This isn't the moment to do it, and I've already bounced around a little bit too much. But anyway, before I was saying, like I said a moment ago, when grow yourself, your channel grows. That's if you stay true to some of the things I've already said, simply staying true to yourself and using your experience, like I said, mine in LARPing and a little bit of acting, because LARPing there's acting involved, and I don't act I'm not putting a role on, but I have I have the gift of gab, I have the ability to continually speak and carry on a conversation. A lot of people, almost every streamer has that. And that's also kind of the one thing you need, and that kind of comes in with charisma, and that's where my tagline comes from: charisma, community, and combat, because I'm all about people being cool, chill, creating a strong community, but also we bang out on games, and as you guys know, like on Fortnite and stuff, I'm pretty damn good. You know what I mean? I haven't played that much today so far, and you guys saw me. I've got 4 solo wins today, baby. Hey, by the way. My Fortnite, if I might get more wins by the end of today, so who knows, it might be more than this, but at least so far it'll be at least a 4-win solo win show that I'll be posting up on YouTube as well, and it'll be a VOD on Mixer as well, so you guys should check that out. So far there's been 4 solo wins, and the very first game of the show was also a solo win, so I advise check it out. It was pretty badass, and I had a good time, and we all had a good time with it. Of course, I'll give cooking a shout out. One of my mods, one of my homies, one of my close homies that's come here from the beginning. He plays like a badass, and he's a great mod and a cool guy. Is I Am Cooking. He's in the chat over there, and he's often kicking it. He's a really cool guy, and I think he might eventually, try to take his own streaming more seriously eventually, and I hope we help him build on that. But currently, he's just kind of chilling and learning the ropes, and I think he's got a lot of potential. But beyond that, when you make your community and your channel about yourself, and I don't mean about yourself narcissistically, but about your true to yourself, your community is going to have a feel for it and grow with you and grow. Like, if you're negative, your community is going to be negative. But so if you keep things kind of positive in the right way, your community is going to grow that way, and the people you hang with are going to kind of take a cue to it, and it's cool because younger people can take a cue from it as like getting some experience from a person, like, hey, that's a cool person, and like they're a good person. I'm getting a good experience from this. And someone older is like, hey, cool, I'm getting to hear someone that's kind of on the wavelength of what I like to listen to and I like to hear. It sounds more mature. It doesn't sound too ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of being charismatic. That's why you kind of stick with that type of thing. You kind of be cool. And like I said, that's why that's a big part of my channel and the community that I'm trying to grow. And which is why it brings me back to what I was saying before. People coming in saying hi, what's up? The people that are like, hey, what's up? A lot of times, and I'm not saying like this is like, it's not like a way to work it. It's just an effect that happens to happen afterwards. But often, that quick interaction, someone's usually like, hey, shoot, I want to chill here. Bam, follow, or hey, bam, let's play a game. It doesn't have to always be followed, but it's usually, hey, let's kick it. And then by the time they want to leave, usually people want to kick it. And honestly, that's usually why I'm behind the directories, is because people, when we chill, and almost basically every stream I have ever been on so far and ever done that I've been on, when it's been the Justin TaylorTaylor show, there's been at a minimum 1, maybe 10, but at a minimum 1 cool homie that I've met that has essentially become a permanent member of, the For Real Dough crew, the For Real Dough homies, you know what I mean? Like, and it's awesome. Everybody, you know what I mean? No matter what, boom, boom, boom. And it's cool because I chill with people after the show, and friends become even closer friends. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, cool. Because, everyone has met friends through Xbox or Xbox Online or even PC or chat, and you have a good time, and it's cool. It's even more cool when you can get a little bit further into it. And when the person, like say, whether it be me or another streamer, when the person that you could, like, a lot of people are like I know myself sometimes, like, oh, let's say Missy is at work or not around, I'm just chilling, I'm like, oh man, I gotta write this thing up, or I gotta read this thing real quick, and I'm kind of bored, and like kind of chilling, I'm like, oh, I kind of want to feel like I'm kicking it with someone. Maybe I feel a little lonely, maybe I feel a little bored or a little bummed out. Streamers is like, it's like the ultimate. It's like one of the best and almost therapeutic aspects of this type of entertainment is you can basically have a friend, your homie, like that. As long as it's as long as it's during their schedule. What's up, Evil Red and Ridiculous? What's up, my friends? Welcome to the Justin TaylorTaylor Show and the segment Mixing It Up on Mixer. Just so you don't know, the current topic, it's right at the top. I added that just because I'm going to use this for future content, and I wanted to have that at the top so I didn't have to explain it every time. Oh, Grimlock, my bud. I wish... It's funny that you caught us at the end here. It's funny that you really caught us at the end. Anyway, like I said, I don't want to... What's up, Grimlock? What's up, buddy? You're catching us at the end of the segment. We're doing the Mix It On Mixer episode. We just spent quite a bit of time talking about the whole be yourself tip that people always give all the time to new streamers. We just went really deeply into that and talked a lot about the different aspects of it. I hope you can check it out later. I'll put it up on YouTube and stuff, but I'm bummed out you didn't catch it. I feel like you would have enjoyed it. And I would have felt like you could have really given some great insight as well. But anyway, to finish up my point, like I said a moment ago, your community is going to have a feel for you and the direction that you're going. So if you're kind of going in this good vibe and you're going in this good direction, your community is going to follow suit and stay in that positive or negative vibe. So I know, like I said, I'm never going to name names, but I know personally a couple streams that kind of go this negative vibe, and I know their community also goes that route, and it affects their numbers and affects their growth, and that sometimes it's the way that has to be because that's the type of person they are. That's how it is. But yeah, Grim, I wish, like I said, next time I'll try to give you a little bit more. That's funny. Oh, that's okay, my friend. Oh, of course, and that's my point. Great example. I'll pop into that real quick before I finish. Frantic, great example. But sometimes you're having a bad day. Everyone does. Or sometimes someone does sometimes 7 people, 20 people, 15 people say the same thing, right? And it doesn't really bother you, right? But all of a sudden, the 30th time, it bugs you. But that 30th time, that person has no clue that they're saying it the 30th time. To them, it's the first. They're coming out of nowhere. And you're like, hey, dude, chill out. You know what I mean? It's like, it's a bummer. You know what I mean? You're like, You're like, and they're like, oh, shit, sorry, man. And you're like, and you just turn and you're like, salty. And, and you get salty with it. And it's a bummer because sometimes it's absolutely not them. They have no problem. And it's just you kind of getting pushed. Now, like I said, sometimes hey, it happens. The best way to fix that, the ultimate way to get through that, is the next time you talk to them, you go, hey, what's up, man? Sorry about that. And you explain the situation. Whether it's your fault, their fault, whatever, but you hash it out right quick. And because that's just the way you're supposed to do it. So, you know what I mean? That's just... that's just like I said, it's just a quick little thing I wanted to pop into because you brought up a good little point, a good little thing. Um, but like I said before, direction will go with your stream. Then bam, essentially that's done. Now I would say hard work takes more precedence than most things. A huge thing that most people don't realize is that is the hard work. And you're going to hear other streamers say this. This is certainly not new information, but you know what I mean? You're going to hear other people tell you where people go, oh, hey, you know, dude, this is awesome. I watched a bunch of people on there and it's easy. They go, walk up to a machine and go, I want to stream now. And they press a button and everything works and everything attaches and the wires fling into the air and they attach and and everything just turns on and screens appear in front of them and their Xbox attaches and sound capture cards reattach and all these things happen with a magic genie that comes up and does it. And it doesn't take the tens and tens of hundreds of hours of your time that it does actually take to do all those things and more. And obviously that depends on the level of your level of innovation. And that of course is going to be another episode as well, is some of the innovations that I've already done myself. Some things that I've, a quick little showing of how it looked at the very beginning and how things are starting to look not that great. They're starting to look like, to me, this is like a on a 1 out of 10, I feel like I'm at a 5.5. You know what I mean? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling I'm getting better. But I really want to get further. You know what I mean? So, oh, and anyone, no offense to anybody who's been chatting in the chat, but just remember, read the top. If you do want to ask questions, make sure you hit the follow button because I am answering questions to any of my followers. So, but I had this in the web show directory, so anyone else can come and join if they would like to. So I just wanted to leave that open to anyone who might have just popped in recently. Hello. Yeah, go for it, Grim. Go for it, because like I said, I'm gonna shut it off and turn it right back on and go back to the regular Justin Taylor show. DJ, I'm gonna do that after this segment, bud. This is the Mixin It Up on Mixer segment, and after this segment, I'm going to be going right over to right back to the Justin Taylor show, and gonna be having a good time with everybody. Probably playing a little bit more Fortnite because it looked like we were rocking the directory pretty quickly, as you guys can see over there. With only 7 people, we're already pretty close to the tops. Oh, and we have like I think a bunch of people in here. So I feel like if we pop back in there, we'll be in the top 5 or 6. But then, like I said, and that's not the point. I don't want to say that and make that like a big deal because I'm only saying it because it's next to me and it's funny. That I never think of that like that. I usually just go into what I want to play. I'm never like, let me look at the directories and decide what I want to play. That's never really like. Once in a while, I'll go, whoa, 1 million people in that one. That might be too saturated. I might want to play a little. I've been thinking about playing another game. I've been really into trying something new, and I'll make that decision. But, I mean, other than that, I mean, you know, the best way is just, like I said, be yourself and play what you want to play. So, what I'm doing after the stream, I'm not sure. I'm fairly free. After this segment, I'm going to be popping back over to the actual JTT show again. Remember, everybody, anybody who's rewatching and didn't miss the beginning, www.mixer.com/JT for real now. But that's below. Like I said before, just want to reiterate for anyone who's catching this in a different area. Oh, joking. Okay. Well, I will do that right after. I can't show that because I'm actually just about to end this segment right now. So you're here, perfect timing. I don't want to show that on this segment because this is specifically for a different content area. I'm going to so let me just shut this off and come right back in a minute or two, and I'm going to show you what's up. So that's a good ending point anyway, because I feel like I was able to explain exactly what I wanted. I wanted this to be about 30 minutes, and it looks like we are at the 29th minute now. So I feel very, very good about the time frame. So, my friends, I love you all. I'm glad you came through. Remember, like, share, subscribe, all that type of stuff, and follow at the top, all that type of stuff too, depending on where you are. Anyway, much love, everybody. This has been the Justin Taylor Show and the segment Mixin It Up on Mixer, the topic of going much, much further into the very, very obvious and often given tip of be yourself. Anyway, for anyone who missed it, bummer, check out the VOD or check it out on my YouTube. Much love, everybody, and I will catch you on the Justin Taylor Show, which is also going to be on the screen. I'm going to show you my schedule. So, see you guys later. Much love, my friends. Here we go. Showtimes Thursday, Friday, Saturday, about midnight, and Monday and Tuesday, 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time, my friends. Remember, charisma, community, combat. Let's do it, my friends. I will catch you on the next one.